There we go. What's up, Blaze Burger? Can you hear me? Conrad, what's up? Happy Thursday afternoon. I figured I'd just come on for an hour or so before Grumpy Grunt and talk about the growler and some knives and see how you guys are doing on a Thursday. Blaze Burger the Slim is great. I love it. So is everybody having a good week so far? Awesome, gone awry. Alfredo, greetings from Mexico. Greetings from Alabama, my friend. Welcome. My video looks a little dicey, and I don't know if that's because of my internet or if it's because of my free StreamYard account or if it's a combination of both. But I hope everybody's having a fantastic week, and I hope everybody's looking forward to a fantastic weekend. And if you're working, I hope you don't work too hard. And if you've got free time, I hope you get to do it with people you love and things that you love being around. Fish fry. Jacob, what's up? Leland, I'm glad you're listening, my friend. I'm glad any of y'all and all of y'all are here. I love when y'all chat amongst yourselves and I see the community come together and just check on each other during the holidays, during any day, during live streams, during nice shows. I don't know if it was Jared last night during his live talking about it's only 5.5, 6 months until Blade Show 2023 in Atlanta. Guys, I cannot urge what a trip that is to plan for, even if you have no desire to buy any knives. This year, my entire focus will be on the people. If I pick up a knife or two, that'll be great, but I'm not going to be chasing any knives. I'm simply going to be going there, hanging out with all you guys and gals. So did everybody have a busy day, and what did you carry? Did you carry anything fun or new or sharp? And I failed it. I was going to say, what do y'all think about the Devo Growler? Has anybody had a chance to check it out? Anthem Blazeburger, that is a stick knife. The Ferrum as always. Should have known. Sharp Guy's got a murdered out PM2. How are you, Sharp Guy, Mr. Austin, Texas? Otip, welcome, my brother from another mother. It is so good to see you. XM18, Brant, how are you, brother? I just jumped on here to kill a little time before our buddy Grumpy comes on and see if anybody was out there. I'd left the office early today and just set up. And I'm playing with my drop shutty, stock bearings, doesn't even have skiffs yet. Stout, not stout, growler. I'm going to have to get a stout. I've called this thing everything but the growler. And guys, the size of this knife, I cannot wait for the premium version. I hope it is tight. I have no doubt that it'll be Forrest SLR, the man, the myth, and the legend. Reach into my pocket and pay homage. Get the crack cat out there. It's been in my pocket. It's getting well loved for us. I love it. The micarta, the growler. I'm loving the feel of it. Mine is, you might say it has a light D10. It's the way I like it, but it is drop shutty. And it's locked up, has no blade play. What I like about it is I can slow roll it. Middle finger flick it. Thumb flick it. Michael Morgan and Ed Harrison. What is going on, guys? Be up. Thank you so much for stopping by. We're just goofing off. Left the office early and thought, well, let's utilize my webcam. Pretty fly for a knife guy. How are you, my friend? Otip, mass love coming your way, buddy. You just relax, and I hope you have a better evening than a tough day. I love this little Baltic Blades. What's the name of this knife? I've been looking at so many knives lately. It's called the Putin, not the Putin, the Baltic Blades. Anyway, you go to www.balticblades.com. Bama Ninja Tim, my man. And this guy, I want to say his name is, I'll mess his name up, but it's a guy and his wife. They make these little knives, and he makes kitchen knives, and he makes some bigger EDC knives. But this is a great little small pocket opener, slicer, utility blade, super sharp, just a good tool steel knife. Has a little petite sheath. Can carry it on my belt. It rocks. I've really gone off the deep end on little fixed blades, guys. I never thought I would have any use or any interest in fixed blades. And then that damn Kevin, Lefty EDC, started posting videos of the Chickadee. And I actually fell in love with it. And since, because I didn't get it right away, I couldn't find one. Our brother Honey Bear helped me out there, but I actually searched for it, searched for smaller knives just to see if I would actually carry one. Would I use one? Would a full size or a small EDC knife be something that would get any kind of action in my daily pack out? And I will tell you guys, these little knives are great as a secondary carry or as a primary carry, depending on what else you've got. I always carry a couple of knives with me, but these little fixies can go in your pocket. Like if I was going to carry this as a regular pocket carry knife, I would just simply look at my right pocket. I would drop the sheath down into the pocket, and I would loop that magnet over my jeans or over my pants. And then I'd have that knife in my pocket. So it would be basically a fixed blade with some handles sticking up, but about this much sticking up over the pocket. On a little knife like this, I can carry it scout carry right towards my belt buckle. So it's carrying just like this. When I need it, I just pop it out, pop it back in, pop it out, pop it back in. Urban Woodsman. And then on my belt, today I've got the Micro, the MKM Micro, which is a small version of the MKM series. It's the Micro 2, which is the sheep's foot. And what's so cool about this little knife, guys, is A, it takes up no room on your belt. It's perfectly balanced. So when I take that choil and I put it on my finger, it just balances. It's got jimping in all the right places. So when I put my finger on the blade, it falls on jimping. My palm, where my other fingers are going to come in, my second and third finger, hit that jimping, gives me a little bit more to grab onto. And then if I want to cut into a package, or if I want to cut into a box or do any utility cuts, this little knife, which again is perfectly balanced, is just the bomb. So much so that I've got a Micro 1 inbound. It's going to be here tomorrow. And it's the drop point version of this exact knife. So that is on my belt. The Growler was in my pocket. And the other knives I just threw out. They happened to be in the living room, and I just threw them out on the table. But I love this Jacob Creates Little Chickadee. This is a small fixie G10 handle. I've got some micarta handles coming for it. It's S90V. It's not one of the new MagnaCut drops, but I was very fortunate to get this little knife. And this is an Oak City leather sheath that came with the knife because I did get it on the secondhand market. Fantastic craftsmanship in these sheaths. I've talked to Joe, Lancelot Leather, because I've got a couple of knives that I picked up from Tucson before I picked up this little guy that I definitely want to get some leather sheaths made for, because this again goes, I just drop it into my pocket, into my front right pocket or my front left pocket. I use the pocket clip going on the outside of my pants, just like if it was a folder. And then I've got access to a little fixie that I can take in and out of my pocket to supplement my folder. So I'm really loving the little fixed blade chase, guys. I've had a blast with it. What's up, Matthew Swinski? Satisfaction, the master of all squirrels. I'm telling everybody I'm here, hoping that you guys will show up to say hey before we go join Grumpy. I got out of the office early, came home, and have been trying to decide, is it better to run my live streams from my Apple phone or try to get them from my webcam and my computer? And the jury will always be out. But I am glad to see all you guys, and I hope everybody had a fantastic day. The Naflander dropping on the 19th with shredded black carbon and S35VN. I did not pretty fly for a knife guy. Tell me more. Is it $115? Somewhere in that original Weed Banner range? This is my Brian Brown Jaeger that I got from EDC Specialties from a buddy of mine who had picked up this model and another model and did not want to, but wasn't sure he was going to be able to get it. Around $90, that sounds fair. I've been interested in that NAF except for the way, even though it has so many different scale options, I'm into anything that Ben Banners does. But yeah, I really do. In terms of my favorite knives of 2022, I know that in my top 5 that this Jaeger M is one of the top 5. It's a great knife. It carries very well. It's got a wicked hollow grind. I like the sound. But I also love my Vero Axon, even though the detent is night and day compared to the Jaeger. But that's the thing for me. I'm not a detent diva. No offense to someone I love very much who's a detent diva, Lefty EDC. I can understand it, but it's just never been something that's been a huge determinant for me. Now, if it's a floppy detent on a knife that I'm not crazy about, then there's a problem. But if it's a knife like this that's very light on the detent, because in my opinion it was tuned for the front flip, I have no problem with it being light. I'd rather it be light than be too stiff and where I miss it. One of my stiffer knives is my Ace Biblio, and that's a finger jacker. An Axial Alpine. Is that the fixed blade Manufacturing? If it is, I'm very jealous. The NAF is $175. I was thinking with S435VN and that shred carbon fiber. Oh, Manufacturing, that's awesome. Are they still on sale at around that $65, $66 mark? Brashear Bear? John stays stiff in the morning, if you know what I mean. What up, Luke? 50% off right now. Yeah, somebody, my buddy Manufacturing, today was your day. My day's next Wednesday, or Wednesday a week from yesterday. But I did see a cool video, or it could have been an Instagram reel talking about that knife and showing that knife off. And it was something that I definitely wanted to grab. Another fixie that I'm very interested in, but it's a little out of my price range, is the Tactile Knife Company. I forget the name of that fixed blade, but they've come out with an under 3-inch fixed blade that is the bomb diggity. I found this little knife on Amazon and didn't even know it existed. The Candira from Essie. It's a little small EDC knife. Most of them come skeletonized, but they make it with the micarta handle. This one's in just 1095 tool steel with that thick coating on the blade. But man, this thing is sharp. Let me see if I can find my handy dandy coupon book. That's the Essie Candura. For something that's not super thin behind the edge, it's got great cutting geometry. And it's a slicey little beast. But this is the kind of knife, again, you can carry with an ulti-clip, or you can carry it scout carry on your belt. Get to it very easily. And then if you're out in the sticks and you need to, as our brother Ray would say, feather on some sticks or make a fire or cut something of any substantial girth, that goes with the word stiff. This little Essie Candura is pretty slick. I could recommend it to my buddies. I think I paid $64 for it, which the only thing that kind of makes that a hard swallow, unless you're looking for a little knife like I was, is the Azula you can get for right around $76, $77, and you get a lot more blade. I don't know why my camera sucks, but it comes with this plastic sheet that works out pretty good. And then as we talk about my unhealthy obsession with fixed blades, I'd be remiss if I did not bring out the Voxnez Lily 1. I've got the Lily 2 in the other room, but this is the Lily 1 blade shape. This little guy's an Elmax EDC knife. So I've got jimping for my regular grip, which is just a Skinner knife. I mean, this thing would be a squirrel's nightmare. No offense, satisfaction. If you were a hunter and you were using this as a Skinner blade, which is what that belly's for. But if you were cutting into a trout or anything, the second jimp up here is when you bring your hand up to this finger choil, it really locks you in to get super, super control of that blade for any type of cut that you could imagine. And it's just a full tang, solid piece of Elmax. The Lily 2, which is the other one I've got, is a sheep's foot design. But again, I have been on the quest for the perfect EDC fixed blade. And I think I've got a couple of really good contenders. The best jimp is a second jimp satisfaction. There's never a better jimp than the second jimp. And this choil, guys, these knives, I got this at White Mountain Knives, which I'm sure it wasn't their fault, but I paid more than I've seen it at other places, even after discount. You can go to GP Knives right now. This is Arctic carbon fiber, so this one is going to run a little bit more. I want to say this, and Elmax was like $169, but it's closer to $120 in G10, and they do make this in G10. They make it in plain carbon fiber. But if you're looking for a good EDC fixed blade, this Lily 1 and Lily 2, again, the Lily 2, give me 2 seconds. I will grab the Lily 2. I wouldn't have walked all the way back there for that if it wasn't worth it, and you guys are so worth it. And the Lily 2 looks like the Lily 1, except for it's got this sheep's foot blade, and to my satisfaction, just dismay, it does not have the 2 pieces of jimping because you don't need it for the way that this spoon's built in here with the one piece of the one jimping. That works good in my choked up grip or in my regular grip. So that is the Lily 2 Voxnez. Viper knives, by the way, if I didn't say that. I think I skipped that part when I was showing the Lily 1. It's Viper knives, Vox design, Lily 1 and Lily 2. That one's the Lily 2. And that one's the Lily one. Little sheaths come with them. So do the Ulti clips. Just great little fixed blades. Maddie, I love the Hank too, buddy. Thank you. The Hank is a classic. I don't know who the artist was, but it makes me smile every time I look at it, and that's a win in my book. Got to make sure I don't cut into Grumpy's time here. I figured I'd go live, 30 minutes, 45 minutes or so, give everybody time to get ready for Grumpy. He's at 5:30. Was I right? Well, was I looking at the right time zone? Oh, are you working, Matt? Have a good evening, buddy. Only 2:30 O-tip out there? Perfect, Maddie. I will let it run until it's time to jump out. I just don't want to jump on anybody's toes. But yeah, guys, I do like the little Slim, the Bird Blade Slim. This has got some chonking jimping here. And this knife was made by We. I think we OEM this knife. Hopefully it'll go by quick, Maddie. We'll try to keep you entertained here. Oh, Tip, we don't want you to have to count the minutes, brother. Hopefully you'll get to ease in this afternoon and not have as hard of an afternoon as you had this morning. Blades Brigade, EDC, how are you, man? Just now or today. Awesome. Maddie, I hope it goes well. I know you'll make a difference, buddy. I know you'll cheer somebody up, change somebody's day. And that's what it's all about, guys. It's making somebody's day better, and that can be done with holding the door for somebody, smiling at somebody, just actually making eye contact with somebody. People are down out there right now. We're coming out of a crazy time with COVID and quarantine and all that good stuff, and it's just good to be positive, and it's good to take that little bit of energy that you might be able to muster up and cast a smile across the hall or across the street. And, I hope somebody does it for you too. I'm in a deficit of hugs. I need to go back to Blade Show and get on the hug train. But guys, the Devo Growler is a win. Blades Brigade, I am actually not out of Murfreesboro, but my daughter just graduated from school there, and I'm about 2 hours south of Murfreesboro in North Alabama. So that's what I was up doing up there. Are you in that area of Tennessee? Hug right back at you, brother. She got her graphic art design degree up there, and she was just doing her graduation thing. Alex's Knives and Such, how are you, my man? Oh, I got you. Fort Campbell. Is that in Arkansas, or am I totally butchering it? But Murfreesboro was a nice town. My daughter was there for right around 5 years. And she's living outside between Murfreesboro and Nashville now, her and her boyfriend, who I don't make those decisions for him, but he seems to have stuck around. Clarksville, I got you. Yeah, I'm in Huntsville, Alabama. We need to get together, man. We're going to have a Southeastern meetup coming up, and I'll make sure that could be through St. Nick's. We've talked to Dylan down there, and that's who we're going to run it through. Use their facilities and get some manufacturers there. Alex, you're in Missouri. I drove to St. Louis, and I want to say that was about 7 hours. Does that sound right to get to North Alabama from where you are? Yeah, we were going to do it this fall, but then they had Alice and Gonzo had the meetup over in Tennessee, and I'd gotten COVID that week. And then the week after or 2 weeks after, was the Nashville Custom Knife Show up in Nashville at the Sheridan. And then the week after that was Knives Live. So we didn't really have a weekend in there where the weather would be good, where we wouldn't be stepping on somebody else's schedule to have the Southeast meetup. So we figured we might do it in the spring. And I don't know if y'all shop at St. Nick's or have shopped at St. Nick's Knives. They're a great operation. They're out of Alabama, but they've got a web presence. Big Spyderco dealer, CRK, Chris Reeves Knives. They were a Medford dealer. They're not, I don't think, dealing a lot of Medford anymore, but they deal a lot of Giant Mouse, ton of Spyderco, and they're a Spyderco premier dealer. So trying to get some of the manufacturers to turn out for that, and just trying to get people from around. I'm an Auburn Tiger, Brashear. I was raised to roll tighter, and then went to the other school in Alabama, discovered mushrooms, and the rest is history. I'm a War Eagle fan forever now. Even though they suck at football, and hopefully it'll be better for them at basketball, but I'm not that into the sports side of it anyway. Blade Brigade, you should, and I'll tell you who to get in touch with up there is Dylan. I'll find out his last name for you. I need to get in touch with Dark Gravity, who's friends with him. He's the one, Dylan up at St. Nick's is the one that made this available for me, this Jaeger. We'd gone up to St. Nick's to see him on a Saturday, and he'd just gotten his Jaeger in, the one he kept, and he let me handle it, and I was kind of oohing and ahhing over it, and then he opened his phone and showed me that he had this one that he'd also bought that he was getting ready to put on Knife Swap, and I took it right there, even though I didn't pick it up for another week because he didn't have it with him. But I'll definitely put you guys together, and they are a super, super outfit. The Athens store, their main store, we're going to have the meetup, and I'll make sure. What's going on, Stacy Bolster Blades? How are you, hon? But they just opened this called, it's still St. Nick's Knives, but I wanted to say it's called Wilderness something. They made it, they carry a lot of poo-poos, but a lot of knives. They've got one section that's all knives, since they're called, and we're always St. Nick's Knives. Gonna rise 2,000 miles from everywhere. That sounds like a blessing. Where are you, buddy? Are you in Alaska? Arkansas. My ex-wife is from Arkansas. I spent a lot of time in Rogersville, Arkansas, and she convinced me back when I was in my, I guess you'd say, active alcoholism, convinced me to get married up in Eureka Springs, which is awesome. Stacy, you're in Kentucky, right? Whereabouts in Kentucky? Because I was wondering if we were centrally located or if you were more East Kentucky or Western Kentucky. OTIP is 300 miles north of Frisco. I think you win OTIP in terms of pretty areas. Pretty far, 40 minutes east of Memphis or 40 minutes west of Memphis? 40 minutes towards Nashville? Yeah, Blade Brigade, I think we're close. We need to have lunch. I'll come visit you, take you to lunch. Do you go to Eureka Springs? Is awesome, dude. That's the one thing I'll say. And we stayed at the Rogue Manor. I don't know if you know where that is up there, but it's a little Scotch bar. It used to be up there because when I got married, it was 1996. But we go up there when we go visit her parents all the time. And I love walking around Eureka Springs, Arkansas. It's one of the, I think, hidden jewels in the country. I've been all over and I love it. Brother Scotty, Richard Kasner, how are you, brother? Josh Branson, what's up? Evening, everybody. Congratulations, OTIP. Staying married is the way it's supposed to be. That's the way, nature intended it. I think the whales and the porpoise and dolphins show us that. Mike Reese, how are you, brother? OTIP, we're stoked. Maddie's stoked. I'm going to let the cat in and hope she doesn't jump up here. All right. Mike Reese. What is up, guys? Does the sound... Can y'all even hear me okay? I don't, because I'm not using a mic, which I never do, but I'm just using the webcam on my little 90-degree tripod thing. And I forgot to open chat, so I can't chat with you guys except saying, Mike Reese, Richard Kasner. Bashir. Tell me more, Gonorrhea. Eureka Springs is I had some very enlightened experiences in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. A little bit of echo. Yeah, it's coming from the room. It's just high ceilings and wood floor. So that's normal. That's normal reverb. That lander really has got me interested. I'm going to have to look that up when we get out of here before our brother Grumpy starts. And that's on Smoky Mountain Knife Works. I've got a cart full of pew-pew food that I've got to also pull the trigger on. No pun intended. Does anybody got anything that they're excited about for Christmas that they're looking forward to, that they're going anywhere special or going to see anybody that they haven't seen for a long time? We're having a very low-key Christmas here. Richard, do you live close to Smoky Mountain? I want to make a trip over there. I'm about 6 hours from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. All right, the Thai Atlas, Mike Reese, is one that I've been wanting to get, and I've got probably 7 Kubi budget knives, and then I've got the Kubi Vagrant Thai, and that is a fantastic knife. I got it on Amazon on sale, and it's White Mountain Knives has a bunch of Kubys on sale. Guys, y'all need to go check out that Atlas. It's almost a 4-inch blade, but that knife, I handled somebody's in Atlanta. I've always wanted to grab it. I don't get paid until next week. They'll probably be gone by then. But if any of y'all are looking at that, that is a fantastic knife, the Kuby Atlas. And any Kuby that's on sale, and then use one of our brother like Lefty 10 or Tri-State or somebody else's code to help them out and get you 10% off. That's what's great about Justin and White Mountain Knives is he'll have deals on his knives, and then he'll also allow you to use the codes. The only time you can't use codes is when the manufacturer, like Demko, has a certain price, or Chris Reeves has a certain price, or Hinder has a certain price that you can't sell below. And coupons don't work anywhere for those particular SKUs. The new Leaf, if you're talking about that triangular bladed Kuby, I have that. I forget which number it is, but it has very, very snappy action, and it is a great little slicer. The one that kind of looks like an angular Spyderco almost. Dang, Ross, good evening, buddy. I need to look at it. I've not been to any knife sites today. I actually had to take the day off to get my dad looked at the doctor. We took him in and trying to see about getting him back into more independent living, away from, get him out of his house where he can get a little better care. The black tie Atlas Mike Reese is the one I get. Although I like the natural tie with the blue hardware, but the black is what I have my Todd knife and tool collection in. Blade Brigade, the Wee high fin is awesome from what I hear. I was on Metal Mondays with Pocket Metal. He had one, and Jake from Jack's Lungs had one, and they were both talking about just how great it felt. The sound was awesome, and they were kind of, I was the only one that was the guy not flicking one. I hope it gets here before you go out of town too. I traded this knife with our buddy Dark Gravity. It's got a Damascus around the pivot collar, Damascus clip, raw tie front flipper, the Bulldozer. It's got super sweet action. And what I like about it, because of its treated blade, is you can middle finger flick it. I didn't get it that good that time. Failed at that time. But it's got a thin handle and kind of a unique sheep's footy blade. It feels like it needs to be sharpened. Yeah. Pretty sharp. Do you guys sharpen knives for therapy? What's up, Nuts for Knives? Later, Brigade. Look forward to getting together, buddy. We're too close not to. Nuts for Knives, we are sitting here killing a little time before Grumpy Grunt comes on. I'd taken off early to do some stuff and figured I would just see if I could get a scheduled live stream to go live at that actual time. I did it once before for Knives Live. But I don't use StreamYard much. Guys, this is a great knife. The Viper knives. And they had that about 8 or 9 different color combos, from the Arctic carbon fiber to the regular carbon fiber to a bunch of different G10. I think even micarta combinations. But they're all LMAX. They're all, super sharp. I gotta get another coupon for that one. I really ought to get my phone book paper. That is really slicey. I'm getting into this EDC fixed blade thing, guys. I really do like carrying a small one, like the one I'm carrying today, this little Micro 2 that I've got on my belt. Just a great little package opener, slicer. Thank you, Mike. And the tricky thing about carrying fixed blades, or what has usually been the tricky thing for me, is how to get it in pocket. And like I say, I want it to be more like a pocket knife, a folder, than a fixed blade. So with these guys, I just loosen up my Ulti-Clip and I just stick it in my pocket like I normally would, and then clip it in. And then I've got, a little bit of the handle sticking up, but you can easily deploy it with those Kydex sheaths. And they just carry very light, don't take up a lot of room. And I find I do use them more than a lot of the folders. You can use them a little bit more covertly. Nuts for Knives, I hope you're well too, buddy. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope y'all are all looking out for the guy or gal to your left, looking out for the guy or gal to your right, and keeping the love in your heart. You know, what's great about a community is you get a lot of people together that share, similar passions, but we also have our own individual ideas, and we all have things that come up, things that happen. But the most important thing is to remember that it's okay to talk with your brothers and sisters in the community about things that you don't agree with, or that you're not altogether agreeing with them on. And you can do that in a very open debate type of way and not do it with hate. So often now you see people just jump on each other verbally and have flame wars. And I like more when things get talked out and things get worked out. Life's too short not to work these things out. Richard, where in Alabama do you live, buddy? Richard Kasner. I'm in Alabama. G-Ball, what is up, brother? Just running a short live before Grumpy gets started. To say hey to everybody before I start typing. I've always know I miss people at night when I'm typing, because I'm doing it on my phone and my Apple TV's running somebody's chat so much faster. And I always feel like I'm missing somebody. I never miss you guys on purpose. in the chat if I don't say hello to you personally. Did Richard say what part? Right on Alabama-Georgia line, about 30 minutes north of Auburn. War Eagle. So you're about 3 hours south of me. So you'll definitely be able to rally with us when we do our Southeast meetup. I know Bama Knife Guy's coming up from Tuscaloosa. I don't hold that against him that he lives down there. Lee, Bama Knife Guy's a good human being. I'm in Huntsville, Richard, north central Alabama. Urban Woodsman, it's going to be probably early spring because we were going to do it. That's what I was talking about earlier. It was going to be scheduled for the weekend right before the one over in East Tennessee, but we didn't get the vendors. Giant Mouse wanted to be there, and they couldn't be there that weekend. The weekend they wanted us to have it was the weekend that we were having Nas Live that Saturday. So we decided to push it just to spring, early spring, probably, when the weather gets just a little bit warmer here, probably February or March. But we'll put it out on Instagram and make sure everybody in the area knows. And it'll be at St. Nick's Nas in Athens, Alabama. They're letting us use not just their parking lot to meet up, but their facility as well. And they're going to have deals that day or that weekend because some people, there's a hotel right up the road. Some people are coming in and staying, possibly trying to get our friend Sobek Scooter to come over if we give him enough leeway. Joe Isabella, how are you, brother? So what is y'all's Thursday night schedule looking like? You got Grumpy at 5:30, and then who else is on Thursday nights? I know Lefty, I think's on. I can't remember if 10-hour drive. Scotty, you drive 5 hours. I'll pick you up and drive you back the other 5. We'll meet at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Urban Woodsman, I will definitely let you know. It'll be something that we blast all over Instagram. I'll blast it on my community page for whoever sees it. But yeah, we'll definitely put the word out there. Where are you living, buddy? Are you in Tennessee? The white one, my lighting's terrible. Are you talking about this one? Brunswick, Georgia. I know where that is. That is the Brian Brown Jaeger, buddy. It is one of my top 5s and probably one of my top 3 for 2022. It's got a deep hollow grind. There were a lot of configurations of this, but I really like the Urban Supply Company's micarta. and they're sending out black hardware. I didn't realize it because I bought it from a buddy who had picked it up from Urban Supply Company, or EDC Specialties, I forget which. And he's got the hardware. I just got to get together with him, Dylan at St. Nick's Knives. I don't know if I'm going to swap it out, but there's black hardware for the pivot and black hardware for the body screws to match the blade. Guys, let me tell you something. If you don't have any other trips, as much as I'd love to see all of y'all at the Southeast Meetup, Atlanta, I am going this year, 2023. And if I don't see any knives, that is just fine. Last year, I saw knives. I saw people. I didn't get to stay as long as I would have liked to stay. Like, I left Sunday afternoon where I should have planned to leave Monday, so I could have gone out to dinner with a lot of people. But it is amazing what it's like to bump into a lot of these people that we've all communicated with. That, I mean, I look back on that, and I had dinner Saturday night just by chance with the guy I went with, my buddy A to Z EDC. Super Steel Steve, Jason Brown, and his best friend that wasn't a knife guy that came up named Jason Bird, and Grateful Panic, and Justin from OCD for EDC, and then Lee Bama Knife Guy, and Dan Brock, who's out of Nashville. And guys, we sat there for almost 3 hours just talking about knives. I laughed so hard it hurt. I felt like I'd been around those people for many, many years, not just an hour or not just a day. That's why this year I'm going to take every bit of waking time that I've got and just really spend time looking at knives with the people. And, you know, just it's awesome to see everybody in person and to realize that these people that you've been communicating with for 1, 2, maybe 3 years or more are authentic people that remind you of exactly what you think. I spent so much time with Jared and Karen Neves, and they are the kindest, most down-to-earth, most real human beings that you'll ever meet. Yeah, he was busy and had to run around, and he's like trying to keep up with a cracked up rabbit because he's got so much energy and he had so many people he had to go stop by and tables he had to see. But just absolutely gracious with his time, absolutely open with his knives. Let me handle the Winter Blade Company Factor. Kara had it and was like, you just got to check this knife out. That's the little magnetic one. That, by the way, I saw on Instagram today, there's getting ready to be another drop on. But yeah, Blade Show, I can't wait to meet you people at Blade Show, and just you will not regret the sacrifices it takes to spend that weekend in Atlanta. Even if you don't look at or buy the first knife. The Bulldozer is great. I was saying earlier, I traded this for one of my Ace Grands with Brother Dark Gravity. And what I like about it is I can middle finger flip it as I fail it. But it's got a very slicey blade. It's got a very neutral, thin handle. But I don't even feel that clip. Tall, flat grind, really slicey. The action's awesome. The front flipper, if you like front flippers, is awesome. If you're not very good with front flippers, it's an easy front flipper to get. Ed, how did I miss you? That's exactly what I was just saying. I was so thankful I got to spend time with Jason, even though he was another one that didn't surprise me. His kindness was, his eyes, the kindness in his eyes were just like the words that he types when he's in chats. You feel the authenticity of the community.
And that's to me. I met Skyla Martinez. She is an amazing human being. I don't know if you agree with what she does. I find her empowering because I know her backstory, but she is a nice person. She is warm. She is kind. And all these people like Lee from Love Them Knives. I mean, I could just go on and on with the people that I had conversations that seemed like we were in a chat room, except we were face to face. And it's wonderful. I can't wait for it. And like I said, this year I'm planning it all around the people. All right, guys. I've got 15 after 5. And I know that Brother Grumpy starts here in just a little while. So I'm going to give you all time to grab something to drink, go to the bathroom. I want to thank every single one of you for stopping through my live stream and visiting with me. I love talking to you guys always. I know that you're looking out for each other. That makes me happy. I love all of you. I'm going to see you in Grumpy's chat. Peace.